Yo, I don't want to have the Maybach in the back. Are you rolling? Okay, whatever. Alright guys, we are back. My number one op is on this week. Steve will do it. I'm gonna tell you all the truth about our relationship. Probably the best pod we've ever done. Before we get into it, prize picks. I was gonna hit 40 grand the other night. Steph Curry, 3 points. The one night he has 3 points, I was gonna win 40 G's. You can win 40 grand. I was three-point attempts away from winning 40 grand. Steph, I don't know why you did me like that. Still got NHL, we got MLB. Prize picks, download it now. One lineup for $5 and you get a free 50. Turn that 50 into $1 million. Buy yourself a Maybach. I just got mine. Let's go.
All right, guys. Wow, what a guest we have today. I guess two, but me and my friend here have been beefing for a while now. He recently posted that I was a scam artist, piece of shit, other things we can't say.
I said, don't trust you.
Don't trust him.
Don't do business with him. And I stand on that, dude.
So he said, scam artist, piece of shit. Not only that, he threw snake and rat in the same sentence.
I respect
those
that.
two emojis in the same sentence.
Bro, you do weird shit.
Disrespect, my boy.
You do weird shit.
All right, guys. So if you don't already know, Brad is right here,
No.
ready to f***ing like
Yeah.
it's
Fuck
like
you
Bonnie
doing?
Blue. He's below you.
Right.
I want.
Because you're a fucking rat to me too.
Okay, I want you to play the neutral guy
But I can't. Okay, I'm gonna play the neutral guy. But
because this is about me and him fixing our relationship.
okay. But you screw me over plenty of times. You do weird shit to me. So I'm not gonna like dismiss that understanding.
Have you ever screwed me over?
Never. Not one time have I screwed you over.
All right. So basically, Steve went on this tangent about how I was a scammer, piece of shit, all these things, and I want to know what led you to post that. Because I feel like there's some animosity too. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, we've worked very hard together. We've accomplished a lot.
Exactly. We've worked very hard together. We accomplished a lot, and then there's this. You're just a piece of shit. We'll get into it. So basically, for this, I call you up, whatever, and I say, "Hey, bro." Whatever I say, this is kind of like a summary of it. Is, dude, I need to get back to the game. We have to work together. This, that, and the fourth. And I want to look at you. I want to look out for you financially. I want to be able to retire you because you complain and you at your current situation, whatever the it is, that people don't take care of you. You're making this amount of money, this, that, and the fourth. And I'm like, hey, just work with me. And I'm going to be the only person in your life that cares about your financials and your ending, like you retiring. And that was the conversation that we was having. I need to upload one Instagram, one TikTok, and 2 to 3 X videos. And I basically want to retire you because I make like so much money without even trying, like literally without even trying. As in, I don't do anything. I make so much money. Of course, it's all the hard work that I have done and all the consistency I have brought to the table, as in I'm being so consistent for years. I came to you wanting to help you financially, and you help me, I help you. And then we're like, yes, let's do it. This, that. You were down. And then it turned, and then it came into like you wanting to do a podcast with me. And whatever the conversations we had, I had a gut feeling. I'm like, dude, this guy only is just spewing. He just wants me to do his podcast because he needs one. So I'm going to say no. And I said no. And then what I was right, you just freaked out and you literally said, yo, this isn't about money. This is about making good content. This is about us helping each other out. Like, no, dude, I came at you and I said, hey, I want to help retire you. Hey, how much money are you going to make from this when it sells? If it sells for $1 billion, what are you going to make? Zero. Loser. Zero.
No, I might make like a couple $100,000.
Okay, it sells for $1 billion. You may make a couple $100,000. I'll make hundreds of millions.
No, and I understand. Wait.
No, but say that's
Sure.
where I came.
Yes.
Bro, I said no, I don't want to do the podcast, and you literally completely changed everything.
Okay, so can I explain
No,
that?
but when I said no, you don't want to help me in the videos. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that, and it's
let me,
bro. Our whole conversation was me trying to help you retire.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with your podcast.
Yeah, so let me explain. That's
I'm
why.
saying, but you
that's
don't
why I
get
got
it.
a little upset because I want to look at it more now as a partnership per se.
No, but no, you
more than like
no.
a.
I'm saying you forgot about the whole thing about me wanting to make you money and help you retire. It was like that was all forgotten, and you.
Dude,
and the second I said no for the podcast, you literally quit on me and everything. And
Okay,
it's like,
so
dude,
so let me
I
explain.
didn't
though.
come to you to just to make videos.
Okay, but wait,
for
hear me
fun.
out. Can you hear me
I
out?
wanted to help you retire, bro.
And I appreciate that.
I
But can
came
you hear
to
me
you
out?
as you're fucking 30.
Can you?
Time goes by fast, and we want and I want to help you retire because I know I can.
And
do
I
that.
appreciate that, but
because
can you
I
hear
have
me
the
out?
ability to make you money.
Can you
and
hear me out?
I wanted to share it with you.
Steve, can you hear me out?
I can't hear you because you're wrong.
All right, guys, MoonPay astronaut here. I do not have my costume. I'm on Earth. I am not on the moon. I am not on MoonPay currently. But if you are interested in getting into crypto, you already own crypto, MoonPay is the best app. You can use Venmo, Apple Pay, a debit card, a credit card. It is the easiest way to buy crypto. And if you already have crypto, they have live charts letting you know what your crypto's valued at all day, every day. My personal favorite thing is that they offer 24/7 customer service. So if you're new to crypto, they walk you through step by step to buy it. It's very helpful. It's helped me. MoonPay is by far the easiest app to use when it comes to buying, selling, whatever you want to do with crypto. It is the best platform. Something that I'm actually really excited about is BitPay, who they just partnered with. Basically, BitPay is a bridge to connect your crypto money into real life spending. You can turn your Bitcoin into dollars with BitPay, and you can do real life spending with the BitPay debit card, which is honestly so awesome. And you get cash back automatically. Check out BitPay. Go download MoonPay. The astronaut will be back next week. We're giving away $1,000 every week with MoonPay. All you gotta do is comment your MoonPay ID on this podcast for a chance to win $1,000. Let's get into the episode.
Okay, but wait, listen. So yes, we agreed. Like, yo, I want to help you get back and making videos. You said, hey, I need these.
No, but we talked about we want to make money.
Yes, of course, of course, we want to make money.
Okay, so
but
it turned into you not. You're like, I don't care about money. I just want to make content with you, and we benefit.
Exactly.
But you completely.
But that's not.
That's called lying.
That's not called lying.
That's bro.
This is basically how it happened. And
Bro,
let me,
you
just
completely
let me explain it.
disregarded every single conversation we had.
Can you at least just let me explain?
I can't let you explain because
just listen, bro.
You make me look crazy.
Listen,
when everyone,
Steve,
when everyone texts you and says what's going on with Steve, this and that. Oh, Steve wanted me to work with him, and now that I don't, he's crazy. No,
that's not what I said.
Steve came to me offering me to pay me whatever amount of money he wants because Steve has the ability to make you money, and I do. Which is thank God for it. Thank you.
And yo,
but my whole thing was I want to help you retire,
and I appreciate that.
And then out of anybody in the world, you should want to help me because not only did I change your life, but we were in this together.
Okay, so there's
bro, you're such a
listen to me. Let me go. Let me go.
And then you complain about your current situation. You get over, you don't get paid what you're worth.
Let me go.
This and that. I want to be the person to help you fucking retire, and then you come at me like a piece of shit.
Okay, listen. So,
okay.
First of all, I do want to work with you again. And by the way, I feel like I'm one of the people that is always going to be there for you and help you out. You told me you wanted to get back in the game. I said, bro, I got multiple ideas. I gave you probably 4 or 5 that are crazy ideas that'll go insane viral, easy. We did one today. I set it all up, and it went 10 out of 10. When I hit you up and I was like, hey, bro, do you mind when you come here? Can we sit down and do my podcast? I think it'd be beneficial for both of us. Your response was...
No, there was more.
Your response
bro,
was...
there's more
no,
to that.
So wait. So
I said no because
Steve,
I
let me go.
had a gut feeling that it was just... Everything was just bullshit. That you needed me to do the podcast.
But why can't you help me out and I help you out? Why can't it be a relationship now?
That wasn't our conversation. My conversation was, hey, we're going to do this together, and I'm going to help you retire. And it's not some hypothetical thing. I am in a situation to where, and I tell you, if you help me do this and we're consistent, if I can 10x my income, that's too much money.
No, but that's amazing, and I appreciate that. But when I hit you up and I say, hey, can you sit down with me for an hour? You should say, yeah, bro. I no worries.
But
no
that was irrelevant, dude.
But that's how your response should be, in my opinion. You should say, yeah, dude, of course. And then I'd be like, all right, perfect. Let's keep going.
I don't want to do anything or travel anywhere. I want to to make content again and make you fabulously rich, because the way I earn income, it's a lot of fucking money. If we can just be consistent and take over the internet, I'm telling you, I can make a lot of money.
And I would love to do that with
I'm
you.
the least greedy person. I'm ready to give you whatever.
So
and then it turned into, hey, I say no, I don't care. I don't want to do your podcast. And you just kind of forgot the entire conversation that we had, that it was, hey, I want to take care of you. I want you to help me out, because not only one, do I deserve it, and that's irrelevant that I deserve it from you.
And listen,
but I want to change your life with the income, and I want to set
Steve,
your future up.
I completely agree.
And
with
then
you,
it just
and I really
turned-
appreciate that. But
Bro,
I want to just explain
I'm saying
something
when
to
it
you.
came to the podcast, you were like, you completely disregarded every single conversation we had about me trying to take care of you and me being there for you.
It was really-
It turned into, money doesn't matter. Oh, it's just for content. You help me, I help you.
Yes.
No, it was, bro, I came to you because as the rate you're going right now, you're 31 years old. You're going to be a broke loser.
Not 31.
I wanted to help you out, bro. I'm
Okay, so wait. You're listening to me now?
I'm
Hold on a
realistic.
second.
Hey, I want to explain
I
something.
know. So let me just say,
I'm going to go really quick. My whole thing now is that obviously what's done is done. The past 3 or 4 years ago was done. I used to
Bro,
work
I'm
for
not
you.
talking about the
No, but
past. I'm
listen
talking
to
about
me,
right
bro.
fucking now.
Let me finish, please.
Bro.
Steve, let me finish. So
You lied to me.
I'm not going to lie to you. Wait, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to
Bro,
explain it to
you
you.
lied to me.
Listen. So basically, you put me on. You helped me out. You got me to where I'm at. No question about that. But I really think that the best thing you can do in this space, and what made me the most happy in my life, is when you don't have to report to anybody, and that's a goal in life. When I don't have to, get on this, do this, that, and that's where I'm at now. So I looked at this relationship to be more of like a, you help me out, I'll help you out. We take care of each other.
Bro, but that's okay.
there's two separate things you guys are talking about here. I'm just going to say, okay?
And we have Bradley Martin here to break down.
I hear what you guys are saying, right? The conversation he had with you was about helping him for a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then the thing that you went back to was like, you want to do that, yes, but you also wanted to make it about yourself because, and I understand, and I've had conversations with you in the past, and you're talking about it right now.
No, so when I wanted,
go.
to do the podcast,
I get it.
No, when I didn't want to do it, it was just he completely disregarded
it was just-
every conversation we had.
I get it.
That
Relax.
was about him helping me out.
I know.
And then me paying him.
It was just
a
your
huge amount of
reaction
money.
to it. It was your reaction to it.
Bro, I had a gut feeling.
It was your
Bro,
reaction of being like, yo, dude, I don't want to do that for you. That whole sentiment kind of just made me feel
bro,
like
I had a gut feeling that you only were even like talking how you're talking, you're saying the words you're saying, that you want to help me out, this, that, and the fourth, to get me on your podcast. And then I was like, I'm gonna say no and let's see what happened. And I was right. I was 100% right.
You're not
the second
right,
I
bro.
say no, you changed up right now, and then you say all these things that completely disregarded the entire conversation that we had.
So what I took it as,
And then I was telling you, bro, I don't yell at Bradley for no reason ever. I don't just yell at him. And you try to make me seem like I'm crazy for yelling at you.
I don't. But the whole point of it was that if I'm gonna, which I did, which I've given you a lot of ideas, I've helped you out, especially recently, and I've said nothing about, yo, Steve, I don't want to be a part of this. I said, bro, let's do this together. I got you. We did a fucking video today. It was amazing. I did all the shit. So what I'm saying is,
I'm not coming
listen
to
to
you,
me.
Just, hey, just help me out.
When I say,
it's,
yo,
hey, help me out and let's be partners in this, and I'm gonna help
and I
you
love
retire.
that, but I want, if I'm like, yo, dude, do you mind sitting down with me for an hour so I can buy a week of time to not have to do these fucking search down a guest, which, as you know, it's a fucking pain in the ass.
Of course.
That's all I wanted. I was like, bro, sit down with me for an hour, and then we're good. And also, it's good for both of us and good for the internet, and we're hashing out our beef now.
But the thing is, you were just me at the time.
I'm
so
not.
Whatever you gotta say.
I'm fucking going back with you. We're gonna do a few videos.
I have no problem going on someone's podcast that is there for me, and then we're communicative and this and that. And then you bring up Brad's podcast, how I go on his podcast and whatever, and I'm like, I'm telling you, it's because we play video games together, and I told him I'm gonna do a favor.
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm gonna go on his podcast because he's always there for me. He's always down to travel to me, this, that. And then with you, it literally felt like that you were just saying whatever you had to say in the moment regarding me and my content, me and my future, just for me to get on the podcast. And I felt that, and I said, okay, I don't mind going on his podcast, but I'm gonna say no because I think he's just trying. Like, the whole reason he's talking to me about content and this and that, he just wants me in his podcast. So I'm gonna say no. The second I said no, you were just done with content. You were done with everything. And then,
sure.
But it turned into you lying. It turned into you lying, like straight up. When I said no to not doing your podcast, it turned into you lying because it was, you've just forgot everything that I said. I don't want to make videos with you. I don't want to do this and that. But it's like, bro, I didn't come to you to just make videos and get your help for free. I came to you to make you wealthy.
I get that.
I said, hey, I wanted to help you retire.
Oh, I get that.
I wanted to help you. Hey, you do this for 3 months, whatever. If I can 2x my income, 3x my income, 4x my income, if I can 10x income, dude, we're stupid.
Here's the thing. Here's what he's saying. I'll explain it.
Really
I know, but let me explain it to him.
Hold on. I'm saying let him explain.
Let me explain it.
Sure, go ahead. But I'm just saying, I'm just letting him know before he explains that I thought me asking.
No, wait. Let
Steve,
Bradley explain.
Just let me
let
go.
Bradley explain.
You're
not right.
Okay, but I thought that me asking
Bro, I
that,
don't want to hear no bullshit excuses.
I thought that me asking that wouldn't be a big deal. That's all.
So here's the thing, right? He's talking about something really specific, which is in this conversation, changing the rest of your life, trying to help change the rest of your life, like financially, right?
That's what.
And so the whole conversation that he's having with you is about that. You saying yes to that. That's not help. That's not just like a favor. That's like life changing financially, right? You doing content back and forth that's more of a favor. So what he's trying to say is that he said no to see how you would react. That if you would say everything else, and that's what you did, and that's why he feels that
I
way.
actually didn't say all that.
You did.
I said like, yo.
What do you mean? You were done.
I said, how are you?
You're like a high school girl.
Dude, you
drama.
We gotta go. You gotta let me talk really quick. I said, yo, how are you gonna react like that? Like, I don't know if this is gonna work.
No, you were done. The thing is, you understand, Bradley, is that it switched into that I don't care about money. I just care about the content, this, that. Like, bro, I came to you looking out for your best interest because you're a complainer.
We were doing so good.
No, but I'm saying I came to you because you complain, this, that. You're
okay, but wait.
No, I'm saying come to me I came to you being like, yo.
Do you come to me because I complain or because I can, you know that I can help you get to where you want to get? Be honest.
No, you complain to where you're at, whatever, financially. And I say,
but
hey,
do you come to me because you know I can help you, and I know that with me you can get back on your feet and get where you want to go?
That's irrelevant.
That is relevant.
We're on the same page.
So why did you come to me then?
I come to you. You can help me get back on the feet. Whatever. What can I do to you? I can make you fabulously rich.
And what can I do for you in return for that?
Yeah, but here the thing
Wait,
that you're missing.
Sec, Brad,
hold on. I gotta say this.
Let him speak.
I gotta say this. You're missing. There's two separate things you're talking about. You're talking about a financial transaction where someone can help you make a ton of money, and then you're talking about favors. There's two separate things. That's what's happening. You guys are both arguing two separate points.
Sure.
You're thinking, well, because I'm doing this for you, that you should, sit down for an hour or whatever. Fine. That's fine for you to think that. But you're talking about two separate things. You can't go, oh yeah, I'll take that deal and then also do me this favor at the same. Like you're trying to double, triple dip. And the thing is, his reaction is not that he would never do it. It's that he wanted to see how you would react in him saying no, given everything else that he laid out.
Sure.
For you to be like, yeah, I want to do this, but the minute I can't get this and also get these favors, I don't want to do it.
Okay, I was saying no to see your reaction. I wasn't just saying no because that's how I genuinely feel.
Yeah.
Because I would do that for you.
Well, we should do it together. It benefits both of us.
But I'm saying, I wanted to see if I said no, if you would change up on everything that I said.
Yeah, I get
And not only did you change up, you're like, you kind of disregarded everything I said. You're like,
so,
this is for content. This has never been about money.
Let me
but
explain.
It's like, dude,
let me explain.
I'm coming at you for money. I'm not like some sidekick and I'm just like, oh, Steiny needs money. Bro, it's because you talk to me.
Sure.
You want to as everyone wants to grow their income. Well, and I said, I can be that guy to help you retire.
And I really
and I came at and that's why it pisses me off and it hurts me so much is because you talk to everyone like I'm crazy, but it's like
no, I don't think that at all.
No, when you talk to people, it's Steve's crazy. You even talk to him, bro. When you talk to him and explain the story,
fucking crazy for that. But
Bro,
let me tell you what I said to him.
Steiny, when
Can
you
you wait-
when you
can you-
talked to
can
him,
you-
did
can
you
you give me
ever
a-
explain that I want to make you fabulously rich?
Can you give me 1 second to talk? So I called Brad. And I said, yo, it would be amazing to have us 3 back working together.
Right.
But it's going to be a little tough because when we want to work together, it's on Steve's time, and that's how it's going to be. And Brad responded and said, bro, you don't got to tell me twice. We tried to do a podcast for a year, and I couldn't get him to do it. And so I said, that's the only thing that I'm a little worried about, is that there's not going to be a balance or a mutual agreement on what to do. It's on Steve's time, which I understand. You're the one spending the money. You're doing all the crazy shit. But like I said, it's just different now, where it's like, if you do something a little bit for me, it really goes so much further than giving me some money. If you could just help me out, or we could just do something together.
I know, but
that's more important to me.
You're not transparent in
This just
don't
crossed
tell
my
the
mind, by
truth.
the way. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
And yo, this just crossed my mind that I wanted to do this podcast. Obviously, with the history, it makes it a little difficult, and it just crossed my mind based on what you guys had done. I was like, oh, great, maybe this will work. So that's why it crossed my mind. Full transparency, that's why I did this.
Well, because he and I did a podcast.
Yes. So I was like, oh,
So you're
wait,
right
so
in.
now-
I get it. That's
no,
cool.
so I was like, yo, wait, this could work. This will be amazing. So after the math, after that being said, me and you have been talking now for weeks, every fucking day, even though you did print a shirt that says less said, best said, which I don't know if you really live by that, my boy, but we'll let it go. But I have 4 or 5 of the most viral ideas that I've given him.
Yeah.
And I want to get back in the game with you, bro. I was like, yo, let's go back to filming. I can help you out. You help me out. Let's do it.
Bro, but the crazy thing is
I don't want to
what-
talk about the podcast.
I'm saying
I wanna
that-
talk about the
no, but
future
it's
now.
a podcast, but I'm saying, if I need help, this and that, that's how it should be without me offering to make you rich. And it's like,
Why do you think that?
dude, because, bro, I'm the guy that you worked for me, and we had no contract, and I treated you very well, let you live in my places. I would give you whatever you want. I was the best boss ever. And then you just leave me in Mexico. It's not even, not you just leave me. You don't tell me. I remember needing something in Mexico, and it was you were gone. And it's like, that's just not how you treat someone. And then everyone else in my position would have you sign to a contract, sign to this, sign to that. And I didn't, because, bro, that's not how I roll.
I get that.
I'm not no.
So wait, let's talk about that, because I've now accepted and I've
And then
learned.
after
Now-
the fact, after you f me over, you're like, let's sign to a contract. Bro, you f me over. I don't want to talk to you about signing that contract.
so I did
whatever.
a few episodes. I admit that, and I understand.
Bro, you left me in Mexico
Steve.
without telling me,
No,
bro.
I told you. You guys were both there. But listen, I came to you and I said, bro, I want to be a Stevewilldoit LLC talent. I want to be part of this team. And I said,
Cap,
I need
lying.
a
Loser.
contract. And
Lying.
you said, I don't
Bro,
do-
you asked me for a contract after you left me to do the Full Send podcast.
Yes, but that doesn't matter.
But at that point, I'm saying, f you.
why?
Because you left me without saying nothing, dude.
Because
Yeah.
it's disrespectful.
It's
Like,
disrespectful.
The other day with the whole H3 thing, that's why I called and I was like, yo, you're a f***ing rat. Because it's the same way you treated me, and it's in a much bigger way here, right? Which is like, you told me on a pod, I had to do a pod with you because you do pods for me, and I'll do that forever, favor. I don't mind it, and I get that. We have a different relationship. And then we're on the pod, and you're like, yo, you want to come on the pod with me and H3 because we FaceTime? You're like, yeah. And then you're like, that night, yo, should we fade it? I was like, yeah, if you don't want to go, f it, it's far. I was like, I could fade it. And then you showed up anyways and made all these excuses as to why you never hit me. You could have just been like, it's a communication
You're
error.
right. I should have texted you, but he literally called me and he like hit me at 2 p.m. and he's like, please come.
You could have just said, yo, at 2 p.m., yo, I'm headed there. If you're still down, pull up. It's just a
It's
communication
a
error.
normal person would do it.
Yeah, I get it.
But besides that, I'm just saying, like, I don't know why you leave me and then not be communicative about it. And it's just like,
Well,
and
see,
then
that's
also when I want you back, and it's like, hey, Steiny, come back. Not because you just like, I deserve to have, like, because I'm in a rut.
This
bro.
is what I've told you.
No, but when I
Listen,
come to you and saying I need you because I'm in
And I'm there
in
for
a
you.
dark place in my life,
And I'm
this,
there for
that,
you.
and the fourth, etc.
I'm there for you.
But I also say I want to make you fabulously rich.
Dude, I'm going to tell you something, and I really appreciate how generous you are, but it's not always just about the money. It's also about
It's not about the money, but when you complain,
it's about respecting each
bro,
other and being on the same page. Listen, You've
We
done me.
obviously don't respect each other or on the same
I
page
do.
when you just leave me.
Okay,
like
but
a
wait, listen,
fucking loser.
listen to me, please.
How is there respect and
Dude, you
we're
don't
on the
listen.
same page and respect, but I'm just gonna leave you,
don't
and not
listen to
tell
me.
you. I'm gonna leave you, bro. You're my assistant
Bro, you
at the
don't
time,
listen
and
to
you're gonna
me.
leave me in Mexico without.
You don't
telling
listen
me.
to me. That,
Okay,
that
but
was
you're-
that was
There's no respect.
okay, but can you listen to me? That was 3 or 4 years ago. Since then, I've
But
shown
I
up
should have just signed you like everybody
like
else
I
in the
told
world.
you to. I begged you to
You
sign
asked
me.
me to sign me after you left me and f***ed me over like a little.
It doesn't matter. I needed a contract, bro. You could switch up on me as you do all the time. You could switch up on me a month later and just say, "Yo, kick rocks." I needed
said
something
kick
on
rocks
paper.
after you left me.
Okay, but that's why I asked for the contract. That's why, like,
You
I
treats
told
me
you.
so well.
I told you
He
in
made me
Mexico.
famous. He made me fucking this. I'm just gonna leave without telling him, and then fucking a month later, weeks later, I'm gonna ask him for a contract, and you're gonna be dumbfounded that I didn't want to even talk to you. No, I don't want to talk to you because you're a.
So can I ask you something?
I should have gave you a contract in the beginning before we ever even before
I
we
would
ever
love that.
No, if I did that, then you would be with me because that's the right thing to do. And now we're not together. And
Okay, but wait, can I ask you something? What is there any part of you that was like at the time I was probably 27? Any part of you that was like, yo, and I understand where you're coming from now, having people that are around me all the time, like if they fucking switched up on me after how I treat them, I'd be pissed. I understand that 100%. But is there any way?
You can't even
can I
compare
finish?
the two. You
I get
can't
it,
even
but
compare the two.
Steve, is there any part of you that's like?
Is there anybody that works for you that you would treat them like how I treat you? Is there anybody that you?
Let me explain something to you.
No, but there isn't.
You don't listen, bro.
No,
There's a difference. There's a
You don't
difference.
respect me.
There's a difference
You
between
don't respect me.
being like, yo,
You
bro,
don't
here's
respect me.
some
There's no
money, and being
respect.
like, yo, I
Bro, it's not
appreciate you. I
money.
respect you.
Bro, it's not money.
I felt disrespected many times when I worked for you. I'm not gonna lie, many times. I never one time said, hey, bro, I need anything. I need this. There'd be times where it'd be like, bro, I'm going to the UFC fight. I'm putting these guys with me, and I'd wait outside. Like there was shit like that where it was like, dude, you want me around you all the time, but then when it came to really cool shit, you would kick me to the side. So there was times where it was like that.
Bro,
And I'm just saying, and I'm not saying the UFC is a big deal, but what I'm saying is like, I wanted to be your guy, but I would get disrespected.
Dog shit, dude, just like.
But you,
like,
bro, it's even since we haven't worked together. I've come to Brazil with you. We filmed vlogs this summer. I always show up when you need me. I never say, hey, bro, I need this, I need that. I said, yo, Steve, I'm down to do it with you because it's fun and I like the content. And so going back to that, when it came to the podcast, that's why I was like upset about it. But here we are now. We're going to continue to do shit.
How are you right now?
In what regard?
In everything. You happy right now?
Some days, yeah, some days, no.
Who are you happy with what you're getting paid and how you're whatever?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. But I think
Okay.
I think that everybody, there's always a way to progress and to get bigger and make more money. I think that's always an opportunity.
Okay.
So I have that kind of drive, and that's why I was like, I think that sometimes you don't really appreciate or understand how beneficial I am to your team. I really do think that, and I know for a fact that
Bro,
you know
I
deep
think
down,
you're
and you don't want to say that.
beneficial and awesome to the team, but what can I think about somebody that is like doesn't even have the courtesy or respect to ask me to leave them when they're
We're talking about 3 or 4 years ago.
No, I'm saying, but like, how are you like?
It wasn't leaving you, bro. It was the fact that I was like, Steve,
Bro,
I
I'll
need
never
I
forget.
need a
I was
guarantee
in my
to
Mexico.
get paid and be here, and you didn't want to do that.
Oh my God, you are the dumbest lying piece.
Did I not ask you for a contract?
After you left me,
But matter. That doesn't matter.
you made me hate you.
Okay, so I get that.
You made me hate you.
Okay,
What am I gonna do? Like, what do you mean?
It's like a bad
Contract.
relationship. Break the trust.
Hey, but
it's
so
like
wait, is there any part of you that understands too, where it's like,
it's so stupid, right?
where it's like, I'm Steve's right hand doing we're crushing it together, but then like these guys come to you and they're like, hey, we just interviewed Donald Trump. We would love to have you on there. Like it's a hard.
Who are these guys? It was the same
like
people.
Kyle
on our
and
team.
Bob, and they were like,
Okay,
hey.
so what?
So I'm saying it was a tough position to be in because it's like, wow, I could really
You
excel
left me,
in life.
bro. When you left, you didn't tell me. You had a suitcase like a fucking bitch.
You fired me at the Dream Hotel in New York,
Bro, you left me
You fired
in
me.
Mexico, in Cancun, Puerto
and
de
we
Cancun.
still work together, and you fired me.
Bro, I'm saying when you left me, I needed something done, and it couldn't be done because, well, Steiny left, and I didn't know about it. Okay?
No, I understand 100%, bro.
So,
really do.
how can you even justify anything after the fact that when we're working together, this and that, you just left me?
I'm just trying to get you to understand
When you
the
left, bro, when I
situation.
needed something, it was like, oh, Steiny left. I'm like, bro, how the hell can my assistant leave me in a foreign country?
Yeah, I get it.
The best way to communicate what you're trying to say is try to get to Steve to understand why you did what you did and made your decisions, which was like, in your mind, you thought that you making that choice was better for the rest of your career than at the time making the money. So you,
But wait, I want to
hold
explain
on.
one thing.
But you didn't go about it the way that I guess in this case, a normal person would just say, hey, I have this opportunity. I'm going to go do this.
Yeah.
You kind of just dipped. And then after the fact came back and be like, yeah, let's do a contract. That's where the issue
After
is.
the fact.
But wait, I wanna
and at that point, I didn't like him.
Yeah, I
Okay,
get it.
Steve, I want to explain.
I didn't like him. I
Steve.
should have done the contract, but when you wanted a contract, I didn't like you.
Listen, I'm going to explain something to you.
Kind of like a Jesse
this is-
Pinkman,
This is
Breaking
why.
Bad type vibe.
this is-
if you like Breaking Bad.
This is why I always want to work with you and do these because we have a good vibe, and I appreciate everything you've done for me. But
This is fire content, by the way. This is crazy.
But
wait,
Breaking
can
Bad,
I
you
just-
It's
like that
hilarious.
little- you like that
I'm sorry.
little
It's
bit.
so funny.
Shut
You like that
up.
little
This is real. It's good. That was good.
In the moment,
Great.
In the moment, I'm so new to the game, and I have my guy right here being like, "Hey, bro, just hear me out. I don't want to do contracts right now." And then I have someone here being like, "Dude, we just interviewed Donald Trump. This could change your life." Not only
Okay,
that,
so you're
not-
basically
wait, let me
explaining
finish.
to me I'm not loyal. I'm a piece of.
I am a loyal guy, and I said, "Hey,
No. You're basically saying
said, hey, bro,
I'm not
I wanna get a
loyal. I'm a
contract."
little fucking nerd piece of that has no loyalty. All I care about is in the moment clout. Robot. Piece of you.
He's cooking, bro.
No, seriously.
But it was just communication.
Seriously.
It was just communication.
Seriously.
dude,
He has no contract with me, and then
you
someone
fired me, and then you wouldn't give me a contract."
I
in the
don't
moment.
fire you. You left me, idiot, dumb
I had to stay
face.
at your house.
You bro.
I
Yeah,
had
but-
to stay at your house because I got fired.
Yeah, but I think it happened after, though.
No,
right?
that was before. We would come to LA and film, and I'd be like, "Brad, I gotta stay at your house," and I'd call Alex and be like, "Bro, can you talk to Steve? Can I come back to Miami?" And he'd say no, and I understand, bro. But
Bro,
I
you
think that
left me.
you're not understanding what I'm trying to get at. Like, there's certain times where it's like, dude, I felt like to excel in my career and to be where I wanted to be, happiness wise, that was the best decision.
How's it
for
going
me.
right now? How's it going?
It's going okay.
All right, you're a broke. bitch,
But
bro.
what I'm saying is that I think
No, seriously.
and you're doing.
What are you
great.
doing?
You're doing great. And I'm doing.
Well, no, I'm
okay,
saying
too.
like, what have you accomplished?
I've f***ing accomplished a lot.
Okay.
All I'm saying is this, bro. I think that it's something where it's like,
You're a fucking broke pansy.
yes. See, you may have more money than me, and I get that,
Bro, it's
but
not about money. It's that you left me for this bigger
how.
opportunity.
Okay, but how are you still affected by this from 3 or 4 years ago when you're
You're a
Steve
liar.
Will Do It
Because you're a liar. You're a
viral
liar.
sensation, and it's
Liar.
like, why is everything my fault? Like, have you ever thought about maybe holding yourself a little bit accountable
For which part?
Oh, I'm very accountable.
in life? Just being like, hey,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
like-
I should sign you. I should have been more strict with you. I shouldn't have been so nice to you. I shouldn't have paid you money. I shouldn't have put you in my fucking videos. Yeah, that's my accountability. I shouldn't put you in my videos. Shouldn't have paid you a bunch of money. Shouldn't have gifted you. Shouldn't you let you stay in my fucking condo? Yeah, that's my accountability.
okay.
All right, so here's the deal, right? I love both you guys. You're a little rat sometimes, but I
See,
still love
that's
you.
what I'm saying.
What I want to tell you guys right now, though, is the thing that I want to get to is that, like, I would love to see us actually work together in harmony. So,
And I want that too.
So,
But
but
it has
the-
to be a balance of everyone is on the same page. We're equal partners. We all work together.
Bro, that's what I've been trying to do. But I've been trying
Put
to
it
do
towards
it to I'm trying to make you rich too.
I know, but bro, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you something, and I really genuinely mean this. Making money is great, but having freedom to me is more important, and it's made me very
That's cool.
happy to live
Yeah,
life.
good for you, bro.
So I don't
But
want to have to report to
disregards
anybody.
that disregards every single conversation we had. I'm
Working
here.
together is different than working for somebody. So if you say, "Hey, I want to,"
Dude, if you're working for me, I'd say, hey, let's get a salary. It's like, hey, I want to pay you literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions a month.
so here's the deal.
And that's
Here's
where
the
it
deal.
was.
What do you want? Would you
wanna-
rather have money or would you rather have synergy content?
I want a beneficial relationship that revolves around like, hey, you meet me here, you come here, I'll go for
No,
you
that's
1 week.
cool, but that wasn't the conversation. The whole point of me being mad is that was not the conversation. Okay, if we had a conversation to where it's just we're gonna help each other out, this that, it's whatever. You have your own focus on it. The conversation was, hey, Steiny, how much do you make? Oh my God, that's like what I lose in a day. Let's fucking change that. Let's make you fucking rich, bro. That's where I came at you. And then the second I said no to the podcast, and the only reason I said no is because I just had a gut feeling that if I were to say no, he would just disregard everything that we've talked about, everything. And I was true, and I was right. It was true. So
bro, here's the question: do you want the money or do you want the synergistic relationship?
No, we can have both.
just wanna
But
work
I'm
together.
just saying he's just
But make it mutually beneficial. That's all.
no. But that's what I'm.
And I don't want to report
No, it's
to anyone.
cool.
That's all I care about.
Bro, I'm not here just to say I'm giving you money.
Yeah.
But that's how it was. So
But also now we want to work together. You've been going through a slump, and I think that me and you together can really accomplish greatness.
no, we
Brad
can. But
included.
I was going through a slump, and I feel like you should just be there for me, just in general.
But I just
But I really, like, dude, I feel for you.
yes. But I
Like,
also Steve.
there's no one on the internet.
Let me just
in
say
the
something.
world that is gonna feel for you and be like, hey, dude,
Yeah.
I want to make you rich.
No, I appreciate that. But what I want to say really quick is that I really, really, really do appreciate you and everything you've done for me. That's the majority of the reason that I'm down to always take your call, fucking come out, fly out, do whatever you need me to do, which I've done previously many times. But I also want you to just acknowledge that I've done a lot for you, and that me being a part of your team is like almost essential, bro. Like this is something where it's like we work
It is,
together,
you
but
don't-
like
but you don't take me seriously, bro. You're not.
I
there
do,
For me.
I do. I'm there for you, bro.
Like, when
or
I
wouldn't
lose
be
all
there
my,
today.
shit, it's like It's like, why aren't you there for me?
So answer me this: if I work with you for 3 months, and then in 3 months you go on the internet and say, "Yo, Steiny's a piece of shit, that kid,"
I don't.
and I have to go
I don't
through
just
that.
lash out on people. What
You can't say that.
Who
You have a
lash out
history
on?
of lashing out on people.
Yeah, losers.
Okay, but it doesn't matter who. But you have a history of that. I've
I-
never
dude,
had
Okay,
internet
who did
beef
I
with
lash out
people.
on? Brandon Marshall.
Multiple rappers and athletes.
Okay. Oh.
and I'm not. And I'm not
Okay.
I'm not
Brandon
saying that.
Marshall, who's a liar, piece of shit.
Steve.
Kodak Black, who tried to steal my Richard Mille.
I get it.
Come on, dude. Give me an example.
No, listen.
Please give me an example.
You lashed on me. You lashed on Brad. All I'm saying is that I just
Bro,
want
give
to.
me an example. Besides,
Me and Brad.
okay, well, lash out on you because you're a lying piece of shit. I don't know when the I've lashed out on Brad, but Brad's pretty.
I feel like he's hasn't.
Brad's kept it pretty 100.
He probably is jokingly. with you.
Jokingly.
No,
yeah.
Brad's kept it 100 between me. Yeah, we can have our disagreements, but at least there's truth to our relationship. At least there's honesty when we can talk.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
like I have no problem if lashing out on Brad if Brad does something bad to me.
Mm-hmm.
But Brad doesn't do bad to me.
Okay. I think so. I think
It's a
the
communication thing.
the solution of the
You
problem
try to
is
make me seem
communication.
like a crazy person.
No, I don't, bro. I think
You
the solution.
do.
I think the solution is just communication, but also it's like outside of money. I just want to feel more of like a
It's not
respect and appreciation, and like, yo, we're doing this together. That's all I care about, bro. I'm telling you right now. That's all I care about.
Bro, I love that. But I'm
That's
just
it.
saying.
Even today, like
I'm
you want me
just
to fly to
saying
Vegas
when
with you, and
you-
I'm gonna do it, bro.
I'm
but
just
like, I
saying
don't want
when
to.
you do talk about me or whenever you do, if I say no to your podcast, everything changes.
And I'm letting you know that that was
But it's
only
just bull.
because
No, it's just bull.
like a
you're not like
beneficial.
you do, bro. You're not keeping it 100. I just want to keep it 100. I want to be
Bro, that literally was like, yo, dude, do you mind doing this with me? I didn't think it'd be a big deal. That's all it was. I swear to God. All right, well, me and Steve are back. And Brad, too. We're all back
Yeah.
working together, I guess. We're all
Team,
coming
baby.
together. I'm glad we got that.
Yo, I mean,
therapy
we
session
gotta
out.
we gotta appreciate the fact that like this was some of the best times ever we ever had. And
100%.
we could do it
And I
again.
still think about that. That's why I'm willing to do
No, it
this
was
shit.
cool. No, it was cool as fuck. But it's like right now, I just feel like out of all people, you should be there for me.
I'm there for you, and I am there for you.
When the entire world is f***ing me over, or whatever.
Yeah.
There's no actual real people to go to.
And I'm
It's
there
like,
for you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like we did this shit together. and it's like you're not gonna want to be there for me.
I'm there for you, and I want to
No,
say
you're
this.
not.
I am.
Bro,
I am.
I said no to your podcast. You're not.
I'm flying to Vegas with you. I'm going to help you do another video, and I want to just say one thing real quick about that before we move on to something else. Something that I learned too is, bro, I've been so high and I've been so fucking low, like super low, like depressed, can't leave my room, can't do nothing, very dark. And what I'm saying is, I learned that at the end of the day, like, you cannot ever be a victim and you can't ever be something. And when you have the potential that a guy like you has, you got to just say everything and just go for it and do that and not let anything that's ever happened to you in the past, dude, you got to just say that's part of life.
You say everything, but you need some people.
And
bro.
I agree with, I 100%, bro. And what
and
happened,
someone like you who
what happened to
there
you is fucking terrible, and I will never agree with that. But what I am saying is, like,
but
what's
you're not
done is
there
done.
but you're not there for me.
I'm
to
there for
rebuild.
you. I'm there for you right now.
No, you're not there for me to rebuild.
So do you not want me? So you don't want me with you the next 3 months?
Okay. In the next 3 months, yeah, we're together.
I will help you get back to where you need to be. You're obviously in a
Bro, but we have
weird
to,
state
we
in
have
your
to
mind.
be a team.
We are a team. I want to be a team, and I will help you get to where you need to be. You treat me with respect, and we'll figure out the other
Lying.
and we are good. No lying.
No bull.
All respect.
I can only do this with you if you
But
don't
you know,
lie to me.
you have to understand that.
But you know
I'm
when
very
you're bullshit-
valuable to you, and I can help.
Okay,
you.
but you know when you me, it's gonna take me off, and I'm gonna freak out, and then you're just be like, Steve's freaking out. And then you're not gonna even say, "Oh, I'm a bitch liar, motherfucker."
Yeah. Me and Steve are back together. We are gonna be making videos, 2x videos a month. His IG, his TikTok will be popping off every week.
And then I have to pay you. It's 40 grand a month minimum.
Yeah.
To start off, yeah.
Yeah, which is not too crazy. For
No,
that.
it's not. I wanted to pay you 300 grand a month total.
Oh, so I came in cheap?
No, I'm just saying that's the goal.
Yeah.
I come in here. I don't want to pay you 40 grand a month, bro. That's like fucking you work at McDonald's. I want to fucking pay you. Literally.
No, that's why I said.
definitely not
That's why I
that, bro.
appreciate that. But wait, I wanna
People
get.
don't make 40
We
grand a
need
month
we
from
need to
McDonald's.
address one thing. All right, guys, we are limited on time. We have to leave in 10 minutes. But the last time I was with Steve, we were at the Red Rock, and I've never seen anything like this in my life. You get a green marker. So you get a green marker. If you have credit at the casino, they give you a little. It looks like a ball marker on a golf course, and it has 100,000 on it. He had 11 of those, which is $1.1 million he was in on Baccarat, which I've never seen anything like that, and I've never been like, holy shit. Where are you at now? And how does it get to that point before getting up and walking away?
Well, at the time, I'll be honest, this is my first time ever like owing $1 million. At the time, it was like after Donald passed away, and I was kind of just like I just don't give a fuck. Like, you lose, like, give me another 100. You lose, give me another 100. It was really just like I don't care type thing, and it's also like I have such a good relationship with the casino to where it's not just like I'm just like everyone else where I lose $1 million and have to just send the money within 60 days.
Is your mindset that
No,
every time you take 100 out, I'm gonna get this back no matter what?
Yes, usually, but at the time it was I just don't give. But yet, no. This is different because I've never lost $1 million.
How much did you lose that night?
No, it was $1 million.
Lost $1 million.
Yeah.
And you get 90 days to pay it.
He said he's obviously not normal in that.
No, for me
space.
it's a little
okay,
it's
so you have a little
for me it's a
leniency.
little different.
Yeah.
But if you look back at what's my profit in the last 16 months, it's $3 million. So
When did you decide you're in for? I think it was 1.3 million was the max I saw you in for, and I was like, I'm getting out of here. When did you decide, like, that's it? I'm going home. Was that your credit limit, or you were like,
I left when there's no credit limit.
Left?
Nothing. And usually that's not me. I would keep fighting. But it was like after Donald's death, I really was like, dude, like I don't.
R.I.P.
No, I'm just saying, I just like I don't care about money at all. But it's like usually if I'm in that hole, it's like we gotta get it back. But at the time, it was like, bro.
I feel like the bat signal for Dana isn't there like it used to be.
No, it's there.
It's there?
I mean, I owed $1 million, and Dana went there and paid off 50,000. And
Of the million?
yeah,
What's the biggest bailout that Dana's given you? Because you've been in for 300. I'm gonna tell a quick story.
Dana's biggest bailout 600,000, probably 6 times.
Okay, so you were in for 600K. You have 6 markers for 100,000, and
I'm saying
Dana's,
6 times, but he's probably
we'll just say a couple times. But he showed up when you owe
he's probably
600K.
paid off $10 million of my.
$10 million.
Over time. Maybe we'll call it 5 million.
Okay, we'll call it 5 million.
That's insane.
Me and Brad want to know when we're down.
We'll call it 5 million.
1,400, 1,500 bucks. How do we get that bat signal?
The Dana bat signal?
Yeah, we need that.
The relationship's different, I think.
Yeah,
man.
but dude, I've also paid off him.
That's true.
$1 million.
Yeah, I've watched that
Gave
happen.
him what'd you give him? 300 grand?
No, I gave
No, him and Taylor paid off.
Didn't you give
like,
him
a deal.
300K cash?
No, me and Taylor gave him like 500, 600K cash. But I've personally, on my own, without Taylor, have won him 900,000 and gave it to him. And then after I won 900,000 and gave it to him, I went to lose $1 million. And that was the first time I ever lost $1 million. And it was in the process of winning Dana's money back. So I was down $1 million with Red Rock. I never got it back, whatever. And I gave 900,000 to Dana, roughly.
Cash or chips?
Chips.
Okay.
So I really only lost 100,000 technically, but I gave it all back. But we have a, he's.
Do you
like,
think you're more now addicted to the sweat or addicted to the money? When it comes to gambling in person.
Oh, the sweat. The money's.
What's your
cool.
biggest hand? Do you know your action biggest hand?
My biggest hand is like 500, 600,000 on a Lions money line bet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I remember that.
Okay, so
I've been with him. It's been
who
like
did the Lions play? Was that in the
they played the 49ers
Yeah, that
one
was it.
time, and I won, and I had 600,000 on it, and they
600 grand on one
Yeah,
game?
I seen that.
and they won by like the last second.
I seen
I
that.
was with him.
Yeah,
Dude,
that was epic.
But we have it.
because taking that action, 1 and 2. What's that sweat like?
The sweat is pretty crazy, dude.
Jesus
But-
Christ, bro!
But
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I get
it's,
heated if I lose 5 grand.
I was there. I was
I'll be
hyped.
honest. It's becoming like it's pretty normal to have like. I mean, dude, having 100,000 on a game is just like it's a walk in the park for me at this point.
So that's nothing.
Not saying I'm rich. I'm just saying.
But you don't think that you got to slow down and not, because people can go down a path, get tilted. Where you're playing, you could lose 2-3 million easy.
Oh yeah, I just did that last month. It's all. I mean, it's part of the game, man.
But when do you say the only way you lose is if you quit? That's what you've always preached.
Or
What is
when
it-
you
what- how do you say-
literally run out of money, which just happened to me last month.
Then you're forced to
So
quit.
do you think you need to slow down gambling, or are you slowing down, or what do you think?
No, I don't need to slow down gambling. I just need to. I mean, I do need to be smarter about it. But every time, I mean, dude, I lost $4 million 2 months ago. But bro,
Where?
on Brewbet, but
In one night?
off stream, yeah,
In one night, you 4 million.
4 million, yeah.
How the f- is that possible? What'd you start with? You didn't start with 4 million, did you?
200,000, 300,000,
And then you turned it up to like 4 million and then lost it.
800,000. No, I was up 4 million. Dude, I was so I was drinking, going crazy, and we were at some club. I made $2 million at that club playing chicken game.
Dude, I feel like if you
In the
lost-
club.
if you lost
In the
4
club.
million, that's murder.
Murder suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Murder.
I'm
sue.
going you.
No, well, I mean, okay.
I'm
As long
getting
as you yourself after.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have
yeah.
to sue you after.
100%.
Okay,
100%.
then I'll take that.
But the thing about that is that when I made that $3-4 million, Ethereum was like $4,000. So it's like right now, I would have lost so much money to where it's like I actually broke even. Because
I love how he rationalizes this. Shit. So funny.
Dude, that's how I do it too.
That's
Not gonna lie.
hilarious.
When I like lose like 5 or 10 grand, I'm like, well, you know what? Like, I didn't have to pay for this. Or, like,
Oh no, the best way to rationalize it. Do you have assets?
yes.
Do you have assets?
Yeah.
Do you have a house?
No, I've only
Oh,
been
you're
in the
too
stock market.
fucking broke because you left me. You have a house?
Yeah, I got multiple. Yeah.
Okay, so say your house is $2 million.
Yeah.
Right?
This is so
you
funny.
you lose $1 million. You think nothing of it, and you say, "Hey, my name is Bradley Martin, and I bought a house for $3 million.
You just spent more in the house.
Not $2 million, $3 million."
Classic DJ.
And you just believe it, bro. I swear to God, you just believe it. Like house in Vegas right now, $13 million.
What? It's worth that much?
Yeah, I bought it for $2. It's worth.
Awesome,
Alright,
It's
so
worth 13 right now. I swear to God.
Don't go by that rationale. But
Bro, that's hilarious.
It's worth 13. I swear.
we gotta get on a plane and we gotta fly to Vegas. We're gonna be back in the game. We're gonna do a lot of videos. What can we expect right now? Are you back in the game? Because you showed up. I'm not gonna lie, you showed up. You missed your flight yesterday. I hit you up. I said, "Motherfucker, get on that plane. Let's get back in the game." You showed up, and I feel like I was back to 2021 when the old.
I feel like we just need consistency because I am kind of lost in a sense where it's just hard to film content and be this and that. But you know, I just got to be like, I just snap back to reality. Like, bro, motherfucker, you are like, you're living life, dude.
I think one thing
I'm gonna be very thankful, and we got to make the videos together, but we got to do it together because we can go into depth on this and we do as many podcasts, whatever. It was like, bro, I need somebody there for me to like do the communicating and the networking and this and that and the fourth, and it's like, bro, because I'm not good at like talking to people.
That's what I do, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
It's
like, yeah. So Steve's gonna turn it back on. I think one thing that you forget is that there's people in this industry, and it's a little rare, but there's certain people that can just flip a switch and turn it on and turn that in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like get hot again, no problem.
I believe. But
I think Banks is one. I think you're one. And
But
you just
I think
hey,
I think,
ready? Let's
I think
go.
for I get that. It's I'm one but it's like it's because of all the hard work, man.
No, of course.
That's
but
what
I'm saying
it's like
you built this resume.
I was consistent for like 4 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, and then just on top of it, we own or I own, because you're not gonna get any money from it because you're a poor
little
loser.
bit.
But I own like $1 billion company. I hope.
Yes, you do. All right, guys. So listen, One Night with Steiny, please comment, like, subscribe. Stevewilldoit's back in the game.
Guys, sorry, dude.
B. Martin's here. Steve, me and Steve are going to be making videos. Look at the handshake.
Sorry, guys.
Handshake.
Guys.
We are back in the game. Steve wants to fucking go crazy again.
I'm sorry if I'm disrespectful.
Nah, you're good. I just want you to understand my situation, but I appreciate you. I'll always appreciate everything you've done for me. I swear to God. Without this guy, doesn't matter. Bob, honestly, not going to get to where I'm at. No offense.
No,
without this guy, I would never be where I'm at, and I acknowledge that 100%. That's why I'm still here.
Bitch ass.
That's actually why I'm here. And me and Steve are gonna go crazy again. We got Brad here. Brad's part of the squad.
Yeah.
And let's go. Let's turn it up.
I'm ready.
Any last words?
No, I'm excited.
No.
Yeah. No, I'm hype. I just hope it stays. I think at the end of the day, it's just communication.
Yeah. Why do you have
You always talk about my. This is getting crazy now.
He's a right now.
How do I have a?
Do you notice
guys
that?
have a pretty hard.
Yeah, dude.
That's-
What the
Bro, you're so obsessed with
Brad.
It's
Brad
insane.
heard you saying, "Yo, I'm gonna give out money," and then he just gets a hard on.
What the is this? I'm
No,
just here.
We were talking. He's a registered sex.
Yeah, this is
offender.
crazy. Okay.
It is weird when I pull up
This
like
is-
on a Citizen app, the orange.
It's not even
who's all in your neighborhood.
Dude,
And I
this
was
is
going over to
dumb.
Woodland
This is
Hills.
dumb. We get it.
It's his address, right?
Well, it could be one of your roommates. I don't know. We're not gonna. Say
It is
crazy,
cool.
crazy.
It's not cool, but it's interesting to
Yeah.
be friends with a registered sex offender.
Yeah.
Wow,
Last thing
that's
I want to say is
crazy.
I sent. Basically, I didn't ever want to see this in my life, but I sent you a video of the Bonnie Blue live.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that.
How do you feel about that? Because
That's-
you
that's-
saw it.
I don't know why you
It
sent
was like
that to
15 guys and one chick.
me. I don't know why you sent that to me.
Yeah.
You don't send me stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. One Night with Steiny. Hash the beef with Stevewilldoit. We are back making videos. Tune into his ex, and let's go viral, baby. All right, peace.